wanted to get some scriptures from me because I distribute in the UK and Europe. His word, his Hebrew Israelite scriptures, Hebrew Old Testament, Hebrew Apocrypha, Hebrew New Testament. It's a great translation, and this is what we distribute in our blessed menorah. But they called me about this. They wanted to know about the information, and they had so many questions. They said they're alone, they have nobody to talk to, and they wanted some questions answered. I asked if I knew about the Sabbath and the feast, so I was educating them a little bit. They had so many questions. And then they asked me a question. They said, well, we know that the true Jews are not the ones living in Israel. So who are the true Jews? And I told them the people who are black or melanated. And I give examples of that in Deuteronomy 28, etc. And the manifestation came out of these people was unbelievable. And they were a white couple. And they said to me this: they would rather believe a lie than accept that the children of the book and Mashiach is black. That is an end time spirit, a spirit of Esau manifesting in these last days, wrestling in the womb. So I turned around and said, well, look, you want the scriptures or not, it's up to you, but this is the truth, and I apologize for these things. She said to me, am I a rabbi? I said, I don't call myself rabbi, but I'm a teacher of the word, and we represent the tribes of Israel. And she said, I'd rather watch my Ashkenazi rabbi. I said, well, you do what you want, that's on you. And in the end, they continue to speak to me because they said they've got no one to speak to. And I made it really clear about my position on the faith and the race of the true Hebrews. And but they couldn't stop letting go of me. And it showed me two things. Firstly, the spirit of Esau in the flesh manifesting, but also somebody out of the other nations trying to hold on to the skirt of Yehudim because they actually haven't got a clue about the parts of salvation and parts of Torah, because it's given to us to be the root of the faith, according to the book of Romans.
All right, Shalom. So you heard that. That's your typical so-called white person, right? That's how they feel about you, right? It says, Edomite says they would rather live a lie than believe the so-called Jews are so-called black, right? So again, that's why we condemn you devils, right? Because we know it's in your spirit to be the way you are, right? You can trick the simple-minded of our people, but we know what time it is. You the devil, all right? That's why these precepts was put together, right? So we can break them down to the elect. The book of Revelations 13 and 10, it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword, what was the so-called white man blessing? His descendants was the sword. Now they have conquered all nations pretty much. Now they get to walk around like they ain't done shit wrong, right? Now they walk around like they the moral authority after all the raping and robbing and pillaging, land stealing, genocide, right? Christianity, right? Must be killed with the sword. So we're not doing no talking, right? When we get that power, through the power and spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. It says, here's the patience. Here's the patience. We patiently waiting. And the faith of the saints will be the Israelites. Not when the saints come marching in, but you've been taught. No. Let's go here. So we gonna pinpoint these devils through the spirit. Let's go here. Malachi 1 and 4, it says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. That's these devils coming back into power during the Renaissance era, right? They shall build, but I will throw down. So the Most High is going to throw down your kingdom, Babylon the Great, and all your other, right, so-called kingdoms, right? It says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. The border of wickedness. So wherever the so-called white man is the ruling class, you have great wickedness going on a whole nother level that you can't comprehend. It says in the people and the people. So just go to show you it's talking about Edomites, not just one person. The people, his descendants, known as so-called white people today. The people against the Lord, whom the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, have indignation forever. You hear this? And that's a righteous anger. So let's get into this. Let's go here. Let's get some simple stuff going. So let's go here first. I want to show you this. So they saying, right? So they claiming to be us, right? Read this right here. It says, people, so-called white Jews built the pyramids. Me, I don't think so. Look at this. You cannot be in the sun an extended amount of time without getting severely sunburnt, and it's very painful. It's impossible that these race of people built the pyramids. It's impossible. Right? What color do you see on these people? Red. Their blood show forth through their skin, just as the Bible described them. They are not white people, right? The letters on this is white, but their skin is not white. Let's go here. So the Bible pinpointed you devils, all right, to the T. It says Genesis 25 and 25. It says, and the first came out red. Let's go back here. The Bible ain't gonna lie. Red. They're red people, not so-called white. Let's go here. It says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. All right. So these is the Edomites that you see today that call themselves so-called white people. And they have a perpetual hatred for you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. That's why they made that comment. Let's go here. Let's get all into this. I'm going to show you something else. Right? This is the book of Genesis 25 and 30. So I'm just jumping down on that. We was at 25 and 25. Let me jump down to 30. It says Genesis 25 and 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage. Right? So when you go deep into this, I think it's a precept. Forget where it's at, but it's like he ate red meat. That's why the so-called white people, right, like to eat their meat bloody red. They like blood coming out of it. So-called blood, right? They like their meat bloody, right? Red pottage. It says, for I am faint, therefore was his name called Edumb, right? So the so-called white man like his steak medium rare, right? When it's red in the middle. Let's go to this word Edom. What does this word Edom mean? Red. Edom. Adawam. In the Hebrew tongue. What is this? Red people. Right? They're not so-called white people. And it's impossible that they build the pyramids. You have to be drunk, right, to believe that. And they go to show you this cannot be the true biblical Israelites. Let's go here. Let me show you the true biblical Israelites. So you so-called white people are in a deep denial, right? This is the real Israelites, right? Brick making, right? And you see that brown flesh on them, and the so-called Egyptians were brown flesh people, right? So you so-called white people are in a delusion. This will be a more accurate depiction of the Egyptians, so-called, and the Israelites. This will be Moses, a more accurate depiction of them, right? But that's not what you see in the Hollywood movies. You see them as so-called white people, right? This is the true Judites, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. This would be the true, accurate depiction, the complexion of them being brown flesh people. They was in the sun, right? Right. So let's go back here. So the Bible is the truth. That's the only truth that means anything. It's telling you why things are the way they are. All right. So the first came out red. What do they call them? Rednecks, right? All right, check this out. It says the term might come from the look of a sunburned neck. What color is that? Red, right? These people cannot be in the sun for an extended period of time, right? Without getting sunburnt, right? And they turn red because they blood shows forth through their skin. This white and black so-called identity are social constructs. And I've been seeing this. If you teach our people, right, from the age of 1 to 7, if the spirit don't wake them up, they're gonna remain to be brainwashed, right? The skin is visibly brown for the most. And you got jakes that's different shades, but they ignorantly call themselves black. That's a curse. Ezekiel 35:5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel. Who's the children of Israel? Who is this talking about? Let's go here. 35, and let's read the whole thing, right? So this is your judgment. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, came unto me, saying, "Two, son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir." That's what the Edomites is talking about, the Edomites, right? And prophesy against it. It says 3, and say unto it, thus said the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, behold, O Mount Seir. So this was the dwelling place for the Edomites. So the new Mount Seir, right, will be all the domains that the so-called white man rule over, starting at Babylon, America. It says, I'm against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Right, this talking about the destruction of Babylon. 4, and I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So this is concerning Esau Edom. Let me show you something. All right, so the scriptures are put in code, Genesis 36:8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. Let's go back here. All right, you see that Mount Seir, so you know that's code for talking about the Edomites. It says 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. That's an everlasting hatred. That's why these devils say what they say. They cannot picture you being the Most High chosen people. They refuse to believe that, and they're gonna believe a lie. They rather believe a lie. It has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, slavery, transatlantic slave trade, on and on and on and on and on. In the time of their calamity, in the time where their iniquity had an end. So it was supposed to be an end to this, right? So that's why you got this harsh punishment coming. All right, you Edomites. Look at this. Look at this. You got to pay for this too. Your whitewashing of history, right? This is an enchantment. This is witchcraft. This is a lie. Let's go here. I want you to read this at the very top. It says, to the top, to the left. It says, the Lord will punish Edomites. Right, that's how we starting this off. The Lord will punish Edomites. I thought God love everybody, right? And that presentation that you've been given is all a lie. That God is good all the time. I say this over and over so you can get it, right? We have to be redundant sometimes because you've been pumped nothing but lies your whole life. So you have to undo that, right? And you can read the book of Obadiah yourself. It's going into the judgment against you Edomites. Again, you cannot run from who you are. You're not white people. You're not Italian. You're not Australians. You're not the British. All right. You're not the Canadians. You know, going down the list. The French, the Spanish. These are all Edomites. All right. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Quadash. Shalom.